I'm Christina Merrill, and I'm the founder and executive director of the Bone Marrow Foundation. The mission of the Bone Marrow Foundation is to provide financial assistance, education, and emotional support to children, adults, and their families while going through a bone marrow stem cell or cord blood transplant. I was inspired to start the Bone Marrow Foundation in 1992 because I was a social worker in a transplant unit in a hospital in New York. Many families would come for treatment and they could not afford any of the costs associated with their treatment while staying for such a lengthy hospitalization. Patients would need money for transportation, accommodations, medications, and it was so frustrating because many patients would just be turned down. Many families were faced with this and they did not have any of these support systems, so they would literally just go home and either try to figure it out or it would be too late and they would pass away. So as a social worker, I would try to go out and find as many resources for these families as possible. The patients that we're assisting do not have the luxury of time. They need the treatment and they need it now. Over the past 18 years, the Bone Marrow Foundation has been able to grant over $2.5 million to patients and their families for financial assistance. This financial assistance has enabled us to help over 15,000 children and adults across our country. We have a wonderful resource for families in that we can help them find the best transplant center in the country for their specific disease. And this may save a tremendous amount of time and financial expense for a family. Instead of them traveling around the country with their medical records, we are able to find out this information by contacting the different transplant centers around the country for them. Some of the most rewarding moments over these past 18 years are meeting these families and patients and having them with smiles on their faces and healthy and either back to work or back to school, and having them really say that how much they appreciated our support and how crucial it was to their survival, and how they were so happy that we were there when they needed somebody so desperately to provide the support.